Hello, friends. Sukkot is our Jewish Harvest Moon Festival. This past Shabbat, we gathered in the Sukkah, and it was a very sweet celebration. During the celebration, I offered a visualization to help people remember why we sit in the Sukkah, and I got a lot of good feedback on that and was encouraged to share that with the entire community, which I will do now. At its core, Sukkot is a celebration of our vulnerability. So I'd like to invite you to go on a little journey with me back in time to the Jezreel Valley in ancient Israel. Ancestor time. All year long, we worked, tilling the soil hardened by the thick winter cold, turning the earth to open its vitality and make its nutrients accessible. The long days of planting, dropping seeds into the earth, each one a prayer for fertility and nourishment. Watching for signs of growth in the spring, taking in the early barley harvest before we left for the Passover pilgrimage to Jerusalem. Watching the sun do its magic, every drop of rain, a gift from the heavens, watering the thirsty grain and fruit trees. When there were thunderstorms, standing on guard against fires that may ignite among the groves or in the dry wheat or rye. Rooting out the weeds that threaten to strangle the young grain. Looking for any signs of dreaded diseases that might turn the growing buds and sprouts into blackened, useless husks. Working through the heat of the summer, taking in the wheat and other grains that blossomed into fullness. Once more, when the wheat was in, taking the first fruits to the temple in Jerusalem for the Shavuot pilgrimage, a sweet time of reunions and celebrations, old friends and new acquaintances. The fall brought all the important late-growing fruits, pomegranates, grapes, figs, avocados, dates. The wondrous vegetables, eggplant, beets, squash, cauliflower, cabbage, and artichokes, sweet potatoes, leeks, and mushrooms. As the autumn moon begins to wax, and there is a chill in the air, our nervousness grows. We cannot harvest until the grains and fruits are ready, but we also cannot know when the weather might dramatically change and make off with our treasured harvest. There is an urgency to bring in the harvest, the work of an entire year, as soon as it is ready. We are so aware of the evasive quality of time. All hands are on deck. Everyone participates. Men and women, extended family, neighbors, hired hands, even the young children. This is a liminal time to gather in the harvest when everything was on the line. Rain, strong winds, or other inclement weather, pestilence, fire, or an early frost, and everything can be lost. We build our Sukkot, these temporary shelters in the fields where we eat and sleep, so as not to lose one single moment during the harvest. Finally, it is time. We work from first light until darkness prevails. We watch the clouds gather and we fully live into our vulnerability. When the harvest is in, we dance through our exhaustion and joyfully hug and kiss under the fullness of the moon. We call this Zman Simchatenu, the season of our joy. For those of you who weren't with us for our Sukkot celebration last Saturday evening, we hope you will come by at some point during the week and sit in our sukkah. You could bring a lunch or a dinner or just come and sit in the sweetness of the sukkah. That is the mitzvah for the Sukkot. We say the blessing Le'shev basukkah, to simply sit in the sukkah, to be in our vulnerability. Also, please remember that this Friday evening is our Simchat Torah celebration. We will chant the very end of the Torah, then turn to the first verses of Genesis to practice our tradition of endings turning into beginnings. We will unscroll the Torah into a great circle supported by our hands and look deeply into it. Then the embodied celebration kicks in and we will dance with the Torahs led by our talented Israeli dance teacher, Dorit Hoffman. We do our Simchat Torah celebration as a family Ruach service so that we will also be graced by the presence of our lovely Ruach song leader, Raina Rines. It promises to be a warm, wonderful communal celebration. We hope to see you there. Stay safe and be well. Shalom uvracha, peace and blessings.